I want to introduce to you the experience from my region, Klaipėda region, and how we were working and still is working with farm to school model development in our region. Just a second, something. Yeah. So there is a lot of people, and maybe there are some new faces who haven't heard about us before. So just shortly, I want to introduce my organization that I am representing. So Association Klaipėda region was established by all 7 local municipalities from Klaipėda region. In the corner, you can see a small map where Klaipėda region is located. In the Lithuanian perspective, we are a coastal region, taking all the western shore of Lithuania. And of course, we are working with strengthening local municipalities' cooperation and working on solving joint problems, implementation of joint projects, initiatives, and etc., etc. And we are also coordinators of regional specialization process. So, and now back to the project. First, let me introduce how we started and what was actually the situation at the beginning of the project. There was not so much done at all related to this topic. However, we had approved a regional specialization strategy where it was clearly identified the need to work on regional food value chains development or the local food chains development, also fostering and promoting food clusters, how it should be implemented and developed in the regional context or in the local policies. There is also, there was a lot of talks about the procurement procedures, how it's complicated for local stakeholders and from the farmers, and maybe we should focus more on the simplification of the procedures and etc. And of course, another huge factor was the changes in children's health and in general in their lifestyle. So having in mind all these environmental topics in the regional ecosystem or environment, we started this project. Yes. And what we done at the beginning, as well as the rest of the partners, and then they will present their part, but we did a survey to figure out actually, so what kind of a status quo, what kind of situation we have in the region, because also we as an organization haven't been working with this topic before, so we needed to gather all the relevant information. So there was 2 major steps. One of them was implementation of public schools survey. Our goal was to ask school community that includes school children, teachers, administration, and parents, what do they think about school meals and its quality. So we gathered almost 400 responses in that, and 4 regional municipalities were included, and 8 schools in those municipalities participated in the survey. Additional to that, we also had focus group discussion, where we invited specifically local farmers and representatives from the municipalities to talk also with them, to ask the same questions and to hear their opinion and discussions. So what was the main findings of those 2 steps? So, of course, naturally, as it could be predicted, we figured out that the existing quality of school catering was not satisfactory. And there was not so many persons who was saying that the food in schools is really good. Another thing that was really important and influencing actually was that we figured out that in majority of schools, we have private catering services. And this complicates things a lot, as it is really hard to discuss with them about the food quality, menu issues, and etc. The third and the most important finding, I would say, was to figure out that our condition that and our primary thoughts that the public procurement will be the biggest problem is actually wrong. And we figured out that the main actually problem is a human factor, because everything actually, as always, depends from the people and their personalities and their goodwill and wish to work on the topic. Because we during the focus group, we also had some members and the discussions, not discussions, the sharings of already working models from the education institutions, working closely with local farmers, and that the procurement is definitely not an issue here. So, and other findings were, of course, a huge support for change. Everyone agrees that it is needed. Also, important thing was that everyone approved that there is a huge lack of information from all stakeholders. Farmers said that they do not know the needs from the local schools. They do not know how to contact them, and etc. The school said that they also are not that good in doing those specific public procurements. The municipalities were not that much interfering into the whole processes, and etc. So overall, there is a lack of information in the region. And also what we figured out, the expectations of the regional stakeholders for the municipalities, and that was important for us as representatives of local municipalities, was that the stakeholders sees and identifies local municipalities as a platform for communication and cooperation, having in mind that lack of information that was at the beginning of the project. So these were the main findings. And based on that, our first step was to work further with regional stakeholders and their understanding and actually their possibilities to solve the challenges and the problem. Of course, I forgot to mention that everyone agreed, right, that there is a huge need for change, but also everyone agrees that the products of the local farmers is really the way to proceed forward, that the local farmers' production would come into the schools, and this is everyone's goal. So what we did next was we developed a local workshop program, and we already had three regional local workshops, and one is still upcoming. So more or less 70 people joined those workshops, and we invited specifically participants and representatives of local municipalities, education institutions, schools, and local farmers. And the main goal was to clarify the actually existing problems and to identify at least small steps that can be taken right now. We declared in the upcoming 6 months that all the stakeholders would take the responsibility and work together on solving those challenges. And the reason behind that was also that during the survey and the focus group discussion, we figured out that actually everyone thinks that the problems are really huge and it's impossible just to solve them right now. So we wanted to prove that there is different opportunities and different activities can be done, at least to move forward in small steps. Yes. So I'll just get back to that. So concluding all the information we gathered during the survey, the focus group, and also the local workshops, we clearly understood that our main task and the goal in this project is to create that platform for regional stakeholders cooperation and information exchange, to be that the English word, to take the leadership actually and to foster their communication. And that's why we came up with the idea to have our pilot as a regional networking event, as we did not had such initiatives before, and that was highly approved by all 3 different stakeholders in the region. And our pilot task was to bring together all relevant stakeholders for networking, joint discussions, insights exchange, experience exchange, and cooperation, and to give that kickoff opportunity to foster the upcoming processes and at all. And another additional task to summarize all the processes and the experience and the information that is gathered during the project process is to come up with a easily understandable guidelines and recommendations for our region stakeholders, how they can be a part of farm to school model development and what kind of steps they could take here. And so in the beginning of at the end of the last year and the beginning of the December, we had our first regional farm to school forum with more than 80 registered participants. We believe that is a really success for the first time. And it was really important because we had a huge support also from the national perspective. We had the head of National Public Procurement Agency. We had representatives from Agriculture Ministry, also from Health Protection Ministry, also regional stakeholders and representatives for public health offices and etc. And really this pilot approved our expectations and also answered the main goal, and it really served as a networking platform, and we are really happy about it. And the whole event had 3 parts. One of them was as an experience exchange, and the forum part where the experts had their presentations, and all the regional stakeholders could ask questions and have the discussions, and all the speakers were actually invited according to the regional stakeholders' needs and expressed wishes. So they really had those speakers that they needed and answered their important questions. The second part was also presentation of local farmers' production to give local schools the opportunity to meet the local farmers and to talk with them, to know them in person, even to taste their production or to see how it looks and etc. And the third part was actually the best part, is tasting of the local products and then addressing seasonality aspects and etc. and having that networking space. Here you can see some photos from the event. And yeah, so what is still needs to be done and what is happening? So, of course, we are continuing the discussions with regional municipalities and local stakeholders. And there are a lot of discussions, especially in rural municipalities, because still after a lot of workshops and talks and debates, there are still some different understandings of who should take responsibility, who should be the leader in the whole process development, whether it should be schools and municipalities, whether it should be farmers and etc. There are still some issues with public procurement system because we had some changes recently in Lithuania. Also, we see that we do not have in the region the full food chain. So municipalities need to cooperate between, and the farmers need to cooperate, and having in mind our history and all the development of the agriculture sector process, that is not easy also. So there is a lot of challenges still, but we have a lot of motivated people who wants to be a part of it, who want to be the change and is doing their job really well. The second thing that we are doing is, of course, actively thinking about how we should proceed in the future, because we engage the stakeholders. Their expectations also for the moving forward is high. So what should we do next? So we are having discussions with different partners about the future possibilities. We also have an agreement with national public procurement agencies that they also would like to join us in the way and think about opportunity to implement pilot activities in Klaipėda region for development of such models. So there is a lot of ongoing procedures, and hopefully it will turn out pretty well in the really tangible results. Also, we are working on the summarizing all the experiences and talks. And as I mentioned, we are working on development of the guidelines and the recommendations for Klaipėda region, also having in mind that in the project we have developed a framework that we are using as a basis for that. And of course, also the experience in the project gives us a lot of food for thoughts and opportunity to share what is happening with our other regions and also international partners. And I can also mention that we have a good relations with partners from Kismet project, and we started working with people from Hamburg city in Germany, and hopefully that will also succeed in the cross-project cooperation results and etc. And finally, I'm really happy that just yesterday we came back from our cross-border meeting with partners in Kurzeme region, where we discussed both our region's achievements, experiences, and issues and challenges in this project, and also thought about some ideas for the future and how to proceed with the topics and questions that we are engaged now. Yes, and that's it shortly from my side, and I will be happy to answer questions if you have.
So today I will share all what we did so far, and probably some of you already know a lot of things which we've done so far, but I know that there are also new people today joined us, so maybe it will be interesting for them to know everything from the beginning. So in next 20 minutes, you will get to know what we did so far, what is our next steps, and also I will be very happy to answer all of your questions if you have questions. So remind you where we are. So we are Latgale planning region from Latvia. We have two planning regions from Latvia in this project. And we have one pilot school in Daugavpils Technology High School and Lyceum. So 53 students from this school participated in our pilot project. And our biggest event with them was a trip to organic farm in Latgale region in Liepkalns. This is a buckwheat residence, and I will show you also some information about this. So we had 2 trips. In each trip we had more than 20 students, and they visited farm, they get to know farm, there were some fun educational tasks to do, and also they got to know what is organic farming, and also they had presentation about healthy eating, they baked waffles and played game, I am an entrepreneur, and I will show you a short video. Cannot play media. Okay. As always, something happens. So I will try enter. Oh, this. Unfortunately. Okay. But I have pictures here, so I will show you a little bit of pictures. So you see, and really kids were very happy to come this farm. It was very interesting for them. Some of them touched this buckwheat and other grains first time. They didn't know how it looks in real life, so it was very interesting for them. And then they had some fun educational games also. And the owner of the farm prepared great presentation about healthy lifestyle, about organic farming, and you see that all of them were very interested and very engaged, actually. Asked them a lot of questions, and then they cooked, they made some waffles from organic flour, and it was very tasty. And they told that if we would have this type of waffles at school, in school canteens, we would eat it every day. You see, very happy. And then they played also educational game. which was very interesting, and they really were involved. They had to figure out new product from any like buckwheat or something else, and they had to present to the other kids how they will make it, how they will sell it, what benefits for other people it will give. So you see, they're very engaged, boys, girls, everyone. It was really very nice. And this idea and content of the visit was developed by the owners of the buckwheat resident, this organic farm, Julie and Alexeis, and we really had very good cooperation with them in this project. So we feel lucky to have them in our region, because it was really very nice cooperation. And we also ask kids how did they like this trip to the farm, and you see that most of them like it very much, and also most of them would like to have it included in school curriculum, and it would be nice for them to learn something good from this type of experience. And you can see that the most liked activity was cooking, and also game, and farm tour was very nice. And actually, after these activity, we make the conclusion that actually farm to school program could be very useful for our region, not only for Latgale region, but I think for all Latvia, if it would be in national level and would be included in like schools curriculum, because children learned a lot about healthy eating, organic farming, what is the difference between organic productions and other type of productions. They did the activities together, and also they asked a lot about farming. You see that owners of this farm were like young people, and actually before they had very good positions in official, like in public sector, in high level jobs, but they left it to start organic farming, and they are actually very successful. And my kids asked how much money you can earn from it, so it also helps them to make some career choices in future. And for our organic farmer, it would be also one more possibility to create new way of earning money if they prepare something like this, like master classes and any programs for kids who can come to farm and get to know something new. And also parents, I think, also can benefit from it, because kids would eat better. And actually, after some month, I met a teacher of these students, and she told me that they started eating buckwheats at school more. Before they didn't like it, but after they got to know how many good things are inside, they eat it better. Next activity we had, it was in October, November, together with Karlstad municipality from Sweden, and this was really great cooperation. We had cook classes for our region school cooks. We had two days master classes in Daugavpils and in Rezekne. Alain Grenard with his team, Andreas and Anton, came to the Latgale for 1 week, yes, and this was really a great experience. They came to Latgale and made amazing master classes for our school cooks. Hopefully video will work. Yes. Yes. So we had 2 master classes, one in Daugavpils and one in Rezekne, and each master class were for 2 days. And first day we cooked the same food which is prepared for kids here in Latvia, in Latgale region, but Alan and his team showed how we can modify it and change a little bit so it looks a little bit more appealing for students. And second day, they showed us how to prepare dishes which they prepare in Karlstad region for their pupils and for their students, and it was amazing. A lot of recipes, and it was amazing 2 days of cooking. And now I will show you video from Rezekne, how it was in Rezekne. Yes, it was really amazing time. And we got a lot of good feedbacks from the school cooks, and they even tried some recipes in schools and kindergartens, and kids really like it. And how you see that I personally had a first and valuable professional exchange of experience of this kind. One of the school cook wrote me this message. And also in many municipalities, they, spread the news about this event, and it really was something very useful and very good. And also we had 1 day conference farm to school program. The wheel does not have to be reinvented twice. The main message of this conference was to show that this program farm to school can be really solution for many problems which we have here in Latgale region and maybe in all Latvia regarding school food, and also to support our organic farmers. Yes. And also some message from Alan.
Thank you to invite me. Nice to see. We had 2 days with the master classes and just work with a lot of people, with the kitchen people and cook food, and we just compare all those systems, and we saw that you have very good product.
Yes, and one more activity we had on 26th of January this year for our procurement specialists, and the main focus of this training was procurement of food and catering service for the needs of the schools. And it also was nice meeting. apmācību organizāciju iepirkumu speciālistiem pašvaldībās, jo jūs esat tie cilvēki, kuri, pateicoties kuriem patiesībā skolām ir pārtika, ir no kā barot bērnus, ir ar ko barot bērnus. Yes, and we had very good teacher from Riga municipality, Ingrida Millere, who has amazing experience in this field, and really all people were involved a lot, and they asked a lot of questions. They could discuss about different situations, and many of the procurement specialists told me it was a very useful day for them. So next steps. So very soon we are going to Estonia, to Tartu and Voru, where we will see how they organize school kitchens and everything there. So we will visit schools, kindergartens, and also organic farms, and we will learn how they working to bring us much organic food as possible into school canteens, because we here in Latvia we really need this experience. So I think it will be very useful and very nice activity. Then, because of this project, the main problem which we identify in the beginning of this project was that we have a lot of food waste in our school canteens, and this is a really problem which we have to solve. So our next step, we are preparing new project to solve this problem, to help our municipalities to solve this problem. So we have already municipalities from Latgale region involved in this project, and also from Estonia. And the next one, like the biggest opportunity which we discovered in this project, is this farm to school program. And Latgale planning region, we will involve in next project which will connect it with this program, because really we want to have it here in Latgale and maybe on Latvia. It really can be something useful for our region and for Latvia altogether. And also we are going to visit the Dynamic Food Procurement Days, which is organized by another project of Interreg, Circular Food Shift, and maybe Jennifer will tell you about this today more. And I think this is really very nice activity, and we are also plan to support to inform our municipalities about this possibility, and also we will go to participate in this event as well. Next, in May, in the second half of May, we are planning the dissemination week of this project. So we are designing and working now on information dissemination campaign in our social media, because we have website, we have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and we are now preparing information to make like 1 week. We will speak about this project a lot, and also we will have 2-hour online event for Latvian audience, because I get many messages that we want to know, but we want to know it in Latvian language. So we'll prepare special meeting online for all interested people in Latvia who want to know about this project more. And this is all what I wanted to tell you today. Thank you for this possibility to be here and be in this project.
First, I have to tell you that we have such like approach in our county that we want to do all this farm to school, or we call it organic and mild, just as practical as is possible, just to make it clear and understandable, to make it easy for practical users. So it's good to know that I work in it's development center of Võru County. I work here almost 2 years with the topic of organic and mild. It means we want to make our children's institutions using all organic food. And in this year, I just tried to make it bigger. It doesn't work, I think. Oh, now you can see. So our development center has such like very fast developing phase right now, because we have a lot of new projects, and also time is something happening. But it was like few years ago when development center was doing Vunki Mano, it's such like hackathon. And there was idea to make schools using organic food, and from that we started the issue farm to school. Basically, I know that it's a project farm to school, but for us it started earlier already. And mainly we started with activities 2020, because in this time we had already 3 projects to run, and we tried to do it in gradual way, just involve these institutions step by step. And basically we started with 10 institutions in the same time, at the same time, but there is so that if somebody is more active, it's possible to just join. And we try to continuously involve all these institutions, counseling and training them. In the beginning, at the year 2020, all representatives of Võru County municipalities and development organizations, they signed good agreement. And in this agreement was so that we want to use local organic food, at least 20% of raw materials by 2024 in our all 43 educational institutions. And when the Food Coalition project starts in 2022, already we had 18 children's institutions who was using raw materials or organic raw materials at the level 20%. But we was running this project like a bit separately, and to find the piloting such like institutions in every municipality. You can see the names here. And the idea was to involve, when it's possible, to involve not only them, but when somebody is active and want to participate in some event, it was possible too. And you can see all the 37 institutions what are organic now, they are involved in activities all the time when they want to participate in some things. And it's good to know that total we have run 8 projects to support all these various activities. And we try to organize event to show and highlight value of using organic food in catering children. Organic food is not only just a word, it has benefits in entrepreneurship, in social aspects, in environmental aspects, and also in children's health aspects. And we think it's such like in any way so good that we have to tell about. We have to make it clear. And we try to provide necessary activities to develop these activities of local organic food for the different target groups. and try to support that and advise institutions when they started with organic food. And of course, the chefs, the most important people in this process, to give them recognition that they are doing very good extra work to provide local organic food. And when we are a bit specific in activities for schools and kindergartens, what we have done in 2 years. We have done 2 study tours, 7 cooking classes with profi chefs, 3 or 4, how to count them, seminars and 4 round tables, just to give more knowledge how to offer organic food in institutions' kitchens, and just to share experiences that they can use in their practical work. It's good to know that in study tours and in such like cooking classes, there is usually 15 or some people, and in seminars and roundtables, there it depends. There might be 15 to 60 was maybe the biggest what we had. So it's just one part of work. So we have done twice in the 2 years such like students cooking competitions with 12 schools. It was in 22 year, in the end of 22, and last year it was in June when we made pancakes competition in our main square in Võru. So and just in the end of last year, we made a big social media campaign of introducing organic kitchens in educational institutions, what work they are doing. And of course, at the end of each year was the Thanksgiving dinner for the school books. So, but we have also organic producers, local government representatives, and chefs in other catering institutions. And for them, we have, for organic producers, we have done 8 meetings. It's mainly such like meetings in some place where there is some producer to introduce them. You can see in the picture one very big non-organic producer who is in Võru County, the biggest, who is growing vegetables and potatoes. But we have made also study trips for the organic producers, and last year, in the end of last year, we was in Latvia and in Lithuania. It was very interesting too. So we had such like visits to introduce organic producers and what exactly they are producing, such like visits. And there was participating also local governments represented and some organic producers, some chefs, just to introduce organic production in our county. And of course, community festivals. Last year it was with 2,000 people in Rõuge. In this year we try with Urvaste urbanipäeva fair. It is just in 17 and 18 May. So cooperation. I think the cooperation is the key word of all this development, this topic. I think it was very good cooperation with educational institutions and local municipalities. I think it was very good that Farmers Union with the Umamek network was supporting all this fair and organic farmers participating in fairs. And also it was very good experience exchange with Karlstad procurement specialist for our procurement specialist in Karlstad, how it works, how it maybe can be in our county. And of course, it was a bit interesting to you to exchange experiences with Tartu Union of Municipalities, and of course we have new projects in our county and partners in Latvia, and I was already twice in a study trip in Latvia in this year, and it was also very interesting. Where we are. So when we started, it was 18. Now you can see we have reached 88% of our educational institutions are in organic first level of organic label for catering, and it means 37 of them are organic. We have just 2 of institutions who have procurement, but the procurement is just done in the list. I don't know exactly what list it is, but basically it's so that when they started in the autumn, they are organic too. And we have just left 3 educational institutions. I think 2 of them are soon in the label, but maybe some difficulties there is in one, but it's they are using organic, but they don't have just this label. What we have in work, yeah, of course, community festival. You can see the last year pictures here, and we have also idea to have in Tartu in University of Life Sciences very big contact seminar with all Estonian organic producers and all who want to buy organic, because we have this valorization center, and we want to give them such knowledge that organic is very good to supply to the market, because we are waiting for it. And of course, new projects. And we hope that the farm to school will continue. New projects in our development center is, of course, the main very big project about garden products valorization center in southern Estonia. It is 4 million euro per project, and 800,000 of them is for the developing networks, just for the such like soft activities. And of course, the cooperation with the Green School Dining Project with Latvia, what is Setomaa Union, and Latvian partners Tukums and Smiltine people are involved in this project. There is already survey done how we do in all our institutions when we start something in new process in institutions. Then we start with survey. Usually it means that we want to understand what situation in these institutions, what they have there, how they use raw materials in the kitchen, are there any organic products, and of course to have the action plan for next steps. And there already have done some study trips for exchange experiences, and of course trainings with the professional chefs. It's works very good. And I don't know how much time it takes, but I hope I give some overview, and I will very much wait you for in Estonia in 15 until 18 we will present you. I hope it will be very, very good time for us.
Food producers presentation, food producers, one is Food Producers Network, and also our county's cooperation partners. And at the same time, we updating also our main strategy, county strategy, Tartu County Strategy 2040, and we included the topic of catering of education institution in our document. We started cooperation with Research Center of Organic Farming of Estonia University of Life Sciences, and they do very thankful work with schools, and they have very great program how to grow with your own food. And this spring we started also cooperation with Tartu Environmental Education Center, who also educated children how to grow food. Food topic is related to our leader group, Tartu County Development Association, who created our food region strategy, and we work on this topic together. Also, we have very great partners from Võru County Development Association. Also, their Kaja Kesküla has done great work, and they are far away from us, but we also going. And we find that in Tartu County, a lot of umbrella organizations working with on food topic, and the Tartu Technological Park running here Kismet and EIT food programs, and food topic is common for us, so we are working now together. And we started by creating the dialogue with our target groups, because they can give us the input for development activities. So here is our target groups. This classroom is one main. Then is there is student and teacher and parents, then management part, also food service specialists and municipal government specialists, and also school canteens, cooks and employees. And here is our strategy. You can see that we have mainly 4 focus areas, but food belongs to a focus area well-being and focus area entrepreneurship. And if we started, we don't have any activities. We just have Desiree, and right now we have a lot of activities to promote and develop food educational knowledge in the county. And we started also last spring. There is also mentioned a lot of activities, but I bring out a couple of them. And we started to study to mapping catering arrangement and raw material volumes of education institutions in Tartu County. And also we mapping this availability of local raw materials that could offer our farmers. And it's a basic material for us to planning future's activities, because if we know how much our schools and kindergarten needs raw material, what kind of raw material, then we can give this information for our farmers, but not only for Tartu farmers. We can share because South Estonia, there is belongs 6 counties, is quite small area, and all products that have growing here in South Estonia is almost local. And that is very important. We are looking for right now this data that Organic Farming Center is collecting right now. So more is the working on this establishment of country-level goodwill agreement for local and organic food. We understand that if we don't make agreement on this level, it doesn't help us to develop this topic as wholly. And that's why we need that all municipalities will agree that local food and is important, and also organic food. Actually, in our county is quite well with that, because Tartu city already have 51 and to 80% of products must be organic. But another schools and kindergarten also we wish that they will join that second system. But also there is another part, farmers, we don't have so much farmers, but maybe if we do this agreement, then farmers get to understand and encourage that yes, our kindergarten and schools wanted that raw materials, so let's go growing. I think it could be a very good sign for them too. And also we have give input for on state level, because our state level also preparing different documents, and we want to take part and give them also good advice. It's policy development for food sector in education institutions. And a lot of activities happens right now in this field in our Tartu county, and here I wrote it here in all time. What we have done, maybe biggest that's a kind event was conference, international conference for the school last autumn, and it was thank you this project we could share for our people knowledge from Sweden. Here you can see Alain Renard, catering manager in Karlstad, the same man who works together with Rita. He made great presentation for our people, and we get a lot of good knowledge about procurement and how to procure local food. And also we have organizing for target groups 4 seminars. You can see these banners, and it was very useful, and we got a lot of input for our activities. You can see here number. Altogether we had 212 participants, all these workshops. We organizing these workshops with our cooperation partner Tartu Technological Park. We worked together with Kismet program and also EIT food program, and also Tartu County Development Association, our leader action group. And you can see I put all this information in Miro to work this to work better with this data, and it was very useful, and we got a lot of information, and it's involved all the county. That is for us very important. We understand that we have to involve all municipalities. And what is going on right now? This mapping of catering arrangement and raw material values. It is a study, and first part of the study will already ready, and we're planning meetings in local governments April 19. until 3rd of May to introduce these study results of first part and to discuss about this food topic each municipality's specialist. Then we organizing one meeting to farmers. We're preparing right now such a kind workshop or school or training to introduce them how to be better participants in procurements, and also we're preparing seminars with involved this study to put together the food roadmap for Tartu counties. And the study will ready on this year, September. Also, I already told that this policy development on state level or county level is very important. And that's why on state level also we gave input such a kind of document like school food roadmap. And it was very interesting to work with our municipalities specialists who gives a lot of proposals to this document. And also I told you already Tartu County Local and Organic Food Goodwill Agreement, and that is also for us on county level like goodwill policy document it will be. And also we are working right now. We started we understand if we got this input from our seminars that there is a lot of activities we have to do each education institutions, and each education institutions have like 3 parts. One is management, one is school canteen, and one is classroom. And between these of 3, there is a lot of activities what we could do to educate better our children about food educational topic. But we can't do that so way that we will organizing some kind of seminar somewhere middle of Tartu. So we understand we have to go to school and work there with these target groups. And it is important that then they can make and place agreements and yes, they want to cooperate on this field to educate children and promote and develop food education in this school or this kindergarten. And then we can plan together with school chefs, teachers and management people what kind of activities they wanted to do. And then it works almost better. But right now we are working on that. This spring we will develop this program and finding pilots, schools and kindergarten. We started the piloting next autumn, this autumn, and we hope to find new financial program to continue this program next educational institutions. And also we take part, as I told, this policy development on state level is very important, and we applied to take part. That's a big event like Paide Opinion Festival, which going on 9 to 10 August in the city of Paide. And there is a working title, How to Make Catering in Educational Institutions More Attractive and Reduce Food Waste. So we wanted to bring this topic on a state level, and all people from all of Estonia could come to Paide and take part of this to talk with and give opinions and on this topic. And we're organizing next International Food Conference on this October 16-17. You all are welcome to take part of that. It will be in our Tartu Vocational College. And also we preparing right now cooperation with Joosepi Farm. Joosepi Farm gives us some strawberry plants, and we have already discussed with Võru School that one in a graduate class could put these strawberry plants in this backpack as a gift if they graduated the class. And also we establishing beds, plants beds. It's together with Tartu Environmental Center, and there is a free educational institution who want to establish such a kind of beds to bring and teach, to bring for children possibilities and teach them how to grow some kind of plants. And that's all my presentation today. Thank you.
I will run you through this activities during the pilot of 1 year that we have done so far in Kurzeme region in this project. I must say that this is the only project in this topic for us of school meals and local and organic production in school meals. What is maybe a lot different from what Estonia is having with many activities for several years already, but we have just started. But still, we are working on it, and just maybe also in the beginning few slides for those who haven't seen what we have done so far. So in Kurzeme, as Rita said already from Latgale, we are 2 regions in Latvia participating in this project. So Kurzeme is one of them, and in Kurzeme we have more than 100 primary to secondary schools overall. And later on, I will, during my presentation, tell you what number of schools are participating in our pilot and how we are dealing with them. But of course, to start with, the same as other colleagues said, we started with survey because, and as a main obstacle, it was mentioned these challenges in public procurement. But maybe as Latgale said, yes, it is complicated. It is maybe for small farmers very hard to go through that process for the first time and submit the offer. But what we really have to work with maybe more is to put or bring all stakeholders together and try to somehow link all this and help them to go through this public procurement process, because basically we do understand that it will not drastically change. It will more or less stay the same. Maybe something will be a little bit improved, but we have to cope with it. So that is the main probably conclusion we made. And then yes, this challenge is this dialogue, really, this dialogue and composing the procurement lots, right? So that there is this space for small local producers to get and to try and submit their tender and be part of this procurement process and get the right to submit to provide their food, their locally grown food to local schools. It was mentioned many times in these surveys that it is recommended to increase the state support for school meals, because now the state supports the meals for school children from grade 1 to 4, and it is €2.15 per student, which is probably not much, especially if we are thinking about organic food. And the change, what was mentioned, but can be done and what should be worked on is to diversify school menus, to make them more interesting and appealing to kids. Although I must say that receiving those surveys from school children and parents, basically majority said that they are all right with the school food. They really liked it, and there were only some answers saying that something is maybe should be improved. So basically, in this aspect, I would say that at least in Kurzeme, and I also will tell you about this green dining project that our Tukums municipality is having now with Estonia, they actually came to the same conclusion. So yeah, the products are good, maybe also as the Swedish chef said to Rita. Training for procurement specialists, really, this is a topic which was highlighted and that we did as well. And activities, educational activities on healthy food should be carried out more. And basically that is what we started with, and our pilot includes or covers 10 schools in 4 counties in Kurzeme. I have here, this is a Kurzeme region on the right, and you can see these small dots. These are these schools where the pilot schools are located, and the ones the green colored area, this is these 4 municipalities that we are working with in this pilot project. How we selected them? Basically, the municipalities were the ones, it was of course offered to all municipalities to take part in this pilot project. There were 4 municipalities that volunteered, and we of course took them on board. And afterwards, it was proposed also through the 4 municipalities to all schools to be part of the pilot schools, and we accepted every school that wanted to be part of this pilot, and in the end we came up with those 10 schools. I have listed them here, as you can see, and this is a picture of our first meeting with the pilot schools in Grobiņa. We gathered all school representatives together, and we actually, what we did, we shaped the pilot activities, because we really wanted to make something practical and realistical. And we asked the schools, what do you think is possible to be done and what needs to be done? And from this meeting, the ideas that came up and were brainstormed during this meeting is basically what we are now doing in this pilot project. So our approach is school chefs, training of school chefs, school administration, and gathering those schools to work together, to share their knowledge, experience. And this is how we actually shaped then this pilot. We started with first pilot activity, a cooking masterclass, which we carried out in Ventspils. And this is the chef who did this first training for us. He had a challenge to fit into this €2.50 limit per meal, because of course you understand that it's otherwise it's no use for chefs to actually to see what is done and what is made, because they really cannot use anything, because they have to cope with this €2 limit. And he did. He took this challenge, and I wrote here some few basic tips, what was kind of highlighted by each chef in each training. And this specific chef, he highlighted that for children, he would suggest that of course, children like unhealthy food, like hamburgers, pizzas, and things like that. And he said, why not? Pizza is okay and should be probably also offered to children, but a healthy one. And it is possible. And of course, once per some period, you can also propose a pizza for a kid, and he will be happy. And this is one of the dishes that he made, this healthy pizza. And then he also suggested to play with names of dishes. And for example, as concerned the locally produced Jerusalem artichoke, maybe it is not appealing from how it looks like, but he said that if you, for example, call it for kids the ugly potatoes, maybe they will be kind of really interested to see what is those ugly potatoes and how these ugly potatoes taste. And yeah, that was, I think, a very good and practical suggestion. Then it was mentioned by all schools that they would like to share the school menu recipes between themselves. So we did that. All 10 schools shared their many menus, so that they can take maybe one from each other, something good. The next one that we did the training on nutrition and green public procurement for municipalities, and not just the 4 ones included in the project, but all municipalities of whole Kurzeme region. And we did that in autumn last year. And the key challenges that were mentioned by procurement specialists from municipalities that participated in this training was that there is a real problem with capacity of procurement specialists, because we had recently, a few years ago, a reform where municipalities, smaller ones, merged into larger ones, and of course nobody increased the number of staff, but instead administrative staff was reduced, and meaning that procurement specialists, each of them might have in parallel many procurements. So they can work over the year with 50, 60, 70 procurements, and they are really overloaded. And they said that they simply do not have time to actually dig deep into the specific procurement and try to find the local farmer, to find what quantities of what, for example, I don't know, potatoes he has or something like that, and what school actually needs, and how to compose those lots so that this local farmer can participate in the procurement. They just said that they do not have capacity to do that. It was also mentioned that there's this quantity and complexity of documents for farmers to participate in procurement. That is a real obstacle, and especially for the small ones and the ones that participate for the first time, that is really a challenge for them. Quantity of products. There is really, in Kurzeme, it's very specific that we also do not cooperate between farmers themselves, like in cooperatives, and the quantities that each of them can propose or offer for the specific procurement is very small, and it's not enough for the specific procurement in question that is needed, and that is a problem actually. And yeah, so there should be maybe some still further work on how to try and make the farmers cooperate together. It was also mentioned that the challenge is the deliveries, the lack of storage venues. For example, if there is also a small farmer who needs to deliver some quantity every week, then maybe this transportation costs, and also if we think about the climate and things like that, it's not efficient at all. And yeah, I'm really glad to see that as Kaja shared this new project they have on this large, huge venue that they are going to build. This is absolutely great, I would say so, yeah. And then there was also a problem mentioned of control of actual deliveries versus offered ones in procurement. And for example, if we talk about the organic food, in the procurement, if you ask for the organic food, then you get all those certificates and everything should be all right and seems all right. But when the actual deliveries are taking place, then in some occasions, the food what is delivered is not what was, and they need to serve it now, and they cannot say that I will not take your carrots, for example, because you need to prepare carrots today. So yeah, that was one of challenges mentioned. And also for all procurement specialists said that the solution would be to simplify the regulation of public procurement and cancel or increase the ceiling especially for small rural schools. Then that would maybe easily solve the situation. Next, what we had was school exchange visit and masterclass on tastes and flavors to Grobiņa Secondary School. In Latvia, we have each year a tender or a competition for schools on school meals, meaning that we pick the best school or the best caterer, the best school caterer, and it is picked by the public, of course. And last year, this Zenta Mauriņa Secondary School in Grobiņa, which is also the project pilot school, it was acknowledged to be the best one. It won this competition. So all our chefs in pilot schools, they really very much wanted to visit this school and see their canteen, see the caterers, see how the chefs are working. And yeah, that is what we did. It was really, really good and interesting one. This was the chef that prepared that masterclass for us in this Grobiņa school as well. And she's actually a specialist on tastes. And she explained and tried to teach the chefs how to gradually develop and diversify the sense of tastes of children of different ages. So she said that you have to start with something small and then gradually add additional flavors and tastes so that children get used to it and start to experience and enjoy actually different tastes. The next one we had this year, the beginning of this year at Nīca Secondary School. It was again a school exchange visit together with a masterclass, and this time we did it on traditional foods. Was also really great masterclass, and what I really liked and everybody liked is that this school, they approached all their local producers and asked them to maybe, if they can, to provide and show what they are producing so that other school chefs can also see that. And what was really good that those producers were really interested into that, and they provided very many local products that they produce free of charge. They didn't even ask the school to pay for anything because they wanted to promote their food. And it was really great that they made such a stand with everything that is produced in Nīca area. And yes, these are these two ladies that made this masterclass for us. They were from Ethnographical House, the local one. And in this masterclass, we also invited kids from that school to take part. And what was really interesting to see that those kids were saying that this is great because this is the first time when we actually get to see inside the school canteen how the kitchen looks like, and they prepared also along with us the food, and were really excited. And yes, and also these ladies made not just the practical class but also a little bit of theory, maybe not good to say theory, but they explained about the local foods, how they were called in the past, and that we should keep these traditions, and what are those areas local traditional foods. That was really good. And now what we are working now in parallel, we are doing survey and promotion of local farmers and their production through a website. We have a website which is called Ražot Kurzeme LV, which is in Inter or the farmer. We have a number of information with pictures and everything, also saying that they are producing this and that, what is the seasonality of products, are there possible regular deliveries or not, and do they also offer something else like seminars, master classes, excursions, educational activities. So it is improving. We have uploaded already something, but we are still working on it, and this will be actually probably during the whole summer what we will still work on. And the last activity, the most recent one, we just came, as you can see, it was on Monday and Tuesday this week. We had a great event together, networking event and knowledge sharing event with the Klaipėda region. And invited them to come to Kurzeme. And we were together more than 30 participants from all municipalities in Kurzeme and Klaipėda region. And what we did, we discussed a lot about school meals, this challenge. What can be done? Do we have to still work on it? Is it actually possible to change something? And we also invited our local coordinator, which is also a project manager for green school dining in Tukums municipality, in this new project that they're having with Estonia. What was interesting, we wanted them to share, because their approach is a little bit different. They are starting to develop this local strategy for organic food, what is probably the right way to do, because there has to be some kind of a document which you can stick to and which makes every party to stick to. And she shared their experience on how they are doing this. So yeah, these are few pictures of how we worked. It was really intensive work. We worked in groups. We tried to figure out how, what, and what those small steps should be done, what we can do. And basically, yes, in the end, we agreed that we might, there is a Latvia-Lithuania Interreg second call just opened, that we even might consider submitting a new project application to work further on this project together. So yes, the next steps then is to finish the web page. This we are very much looking forward to this experience exchange visit to Tartu and Voru. We are bringing from Kurzeme some caterers and municipalities with us. The dissemination event in mid-May, we will have on site in Kurzeme in Anse, together with a leader program also, which works in the field of school meals. So we will do this together. And of course, we are in parallel always coordinating our activities with other projects. We participate in this joint food group, which is led by Kurzeme municipality as part of a Horizon project. So yes, thank you.